This is PRMG in the moment. Paul Lucido here with Paramount Residential Mortgage Group, otherwise known as PRMG. We are here at the annual leadership conference. I believe this is our 8th annual leadership conference, and we're here in beautiful downtown San Diego at the Marriott Marquis Hotel. And with me is a very special guest today. I have Mr. Daniel Lewis, Director of Human Resources at PRMG. How you doing, brother?
Good.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
So Daniel, just to let you guys know, and his team have worked very diligently to help throw this event and put it together. Now, you've done this for a few years now. I know we did Ponte.
It's about 5 years now.
That's right. So you've done Ponte Winery, which and now you guys decided to switch up the venue a little and bring us out toward the waterfront, huh?
It's been nice. It's just it keeps growing. And I just remember looking back and reflecting where we all started back in the corporate office and our training room and getting buses together for field days and having a quarter of the people that we have now in those conferences. It's amazing how much it's grown.
Yeah, and and you could speak to this. I mean, you've seen the employee numbers. Where are we roughly now?
So we're just under 3,000.
Wow, 3,000 employees. That's amazing. And I don't remember exactly the number, but when I started, I want to say we were somewhere around 200 employees, and that was about 11 and a half years ago. And to watch this company go through this exponential growth cycle. We were just talking to our chief lending officer just prior to you and talking about the how we navigated 2020. And I was going to ask you how you guys were navigating 2020 for your department,
So 2020 was all hands on deck. As you all know, it was recruiting galore. We had to bring on outside recruiters just to make sure that we were able to get the fulfillment staff on board.
Right.
And the one thing that I would give credit to my staff and our efforts is we launched iCIMS in 2019. We literally went when the refi boom happened. We went from onboarding about 110 people a month to 250 people a month.
That's just phenomenal.
I mean, without the automation in that system,
yeah, it
would have been really hectic.
Mm-hmm. No, I know, and I have to tell you, Daniel, you and your team do a phenomenal job. Daniel he's got the right demeanor for this job. Running HR is just not anyone can do it. You have to have the temperament for it, and you have to have the ability to remain objective versus being subjective, and that sometimes could be a little bit tricky.
Yeah.
So let's get on the leadership. So in your own words, I mean, what is Leadership Conference all about? And from your perspective, I mean, maybe you can share a little bit there.
From my perspective, leadership is all about the camaraderie, getting to know your teammates, getting more connections, and really just understanding how other people operate and interact at PRMG as branch managers.
Right.
That's really where I'm coming from it. But the branch managers, they get so much content. It's really incredible. It's a jam-packed 3 days.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, everybody leaves here pumped up, ready to get back to it and bring all their loan officers up and just keep rolling. So it's a great event. If you weren't here this year, hope to see you next year.
Yes, sir.
And who knows where it's going to be next year.
Yeah, it's great. And one of the big things was about being transparent. I know a lot of the leaders were talking about that. People on stage, the company is fully transparent. The other piece of it is that they, I guess I wanted to say, may you feel like they care, in which they do. In other words, that when your head hits the pillow at night, you got the right people at the helm, including people like Daniel, that are making sure that this company runs like a watch. And it does. I mean, that's one thing I'm very proud of. One last thing I did want to ask you, because you might have some sense on this. New branch managers, we had a few new branches that have maybe been with us for several months, maybe upwards of 6 months. What would you say to a new branch manager? What can they garner or take away from this event, do you think?
Whew.
Yeah, it's kind of a loaded question, but it's, I mean, there's a lot of things, and you've covered it, but the idea is, you got a new branch manager coming. Here's why you want to attend leadership, and here's what you can learn, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's the ideas and the tools.
Okay.
The first day it's all about our corporate leaders, what the corporate leaders brought to the table in the past year, where their departments are at and where they're going. Days 2 and days 3, we really focus on the branch managers and tools outside of corporate, whether that be through branch managers on a panel, whether it be for recruiting, training, you name it, and then also the vendors that come along with it. So there's just so many different tools out there. Blend's getting a lot of good publicity this year.
They sure are.
And that's the biggest thing that you'll get from the first year outside of that camaraderie. I mean, you come spend a week with us, and it's going to be pretty hard for you to leave. Yeah,
and being belly to belly again is really, really good. We needed a lot of people. We had, by the way, so the turnout was like, what, about 160 managers, give or take?
Yeah. Some of them surprised us this year. We went a little over our F&B this year.
Yeah,
but,
just a little, huh?
We're glad that happened. More the merrier.
So look, Daniel, I know you got a lot of work to do. I know that you're still wrapping up in there, but I wanted to tell you it's an absolute pleasure interviewing you.
All right,
and appreciate your good input, and continue to do the amazing job that you do.
All right, Paulie.
Thank you, brother. And again, this is Paul Aceto, and I will see you in the next PRMG.